to Daily Life Connection. Thank you for joining me again today. Let's continue to explore this concept of God is light as we explore the heart of God. Yesterday we began to talk about John 1 when it says, in him was life, and that in Jesus, and that life was the light of all people. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. There are so many dimensions or aspects of light that can also relate to who our God is, that perhaps we'll take some time to explore them over these next few days. Today I want to think about the idea that light brings beauty to what it shines on. For those who may be photographers, I'm sure you've heard of what's called the golden hour, the hour just after sunrise and just before sunset, when the sunlight on our world becomes a golden color. And if we're taking pictures of flowers or lakes or trees or whatever it may be, they always come out more beautiful in that golden light. If you're going to be a photographer and photograph flowers, you want to do it that hour after sunrise or the hour before sunset, because that's when they will look by far the best. When that sunlight strikes them, when it bathes them in its golden light, they become more beautiful. Now, it's a pretty simple illustration, but it's exactly, excuse me, like our God. He shines his presence, his glory, his majesty. He shines his light on us and on our lives. And when he does, our lives become more beautiful. They become transformed into his glory. In 2 Corinthians 3:18, it says, as we gaze upon or behold the glory of the Lord, we become transformed more and more into his glory, into his image. We become more beautiful as we allow the light of God to shine upon us. And it says he has shone upon all people. He has shone upon all people. Not everybody embraces that light. Not everybody, it seems to me like so many people are like flowers who are kind of hidden and they don't want the light to shine on them. And then, their lives could be more beautiful if we open up before him. And that's what we do in worship, in praise, in the spiritual disciplines, in silence and solitude and meditation. As we do that, we are opening ourselves up to the glory of God, to the light of God. We let that light shine on us, and we find our lives becoming increasingly lovely and glorious. I can remember my dad talking about an older minister way back when I was just a young guy, and my dad was a young minister. And I remember him using this minister's name and saying, the older he becomes, the sweeter person he becomes. The more likely and lovely he becomes, more likable and lovely. And I remember my dad saying, I want to grow old like that. I want to become more. And my dad has. I see in my dad's life the glory of Christ making his life ever more beautiful throughout the years. And that's what the light of Christ, the light of God, does. As it shines on us, it brings ever-increasing beauty to our lives. And that's when I'm a photographer and I'm taking pictures of that flower in that golden hour of sunlight, what I'm seeing is the results of that light being reflected from that flower. And so it is with us. I want my life to reflect that glorious light of God to those around about me. I want his light that shines on me, not just so I can say, oh, it's wonderful, I'm basking in the light of God, wonderful as that is, but so that my life becomes actually more beautiful to those who see me, to those who look at me. The light of Christ, the light of God the Father. The word is full of light, right from Genesis chapter 1, let there be light, and there was. And that light is the light of God, the light of Christ, and that light shines on us. The more we open ourselves up to it, the more we find our lives becoming glorious. That's good news, isn't it? Well, let's talk again tomorrow. God bless.